What's up, everyone? It's Paul Futu here. Welcome to another episode on the Ace in the Coding Interview Data Structure series. So, welcome to the part B of this series. So, in the part B, we'll be looking at the non-linear data structure. So, stay tuned and try as much as possible to watch the previous episodes so that you can get a hang on these current episodes. Okay, so our first topic on the part B of this series is going to be on trees. So, in the beginning of this series, the Acing the Coding interviews in the part A, we talked about types of data structures, where we talked about the linear data structures and the non-linear data structures. So, I advise you to go and watch the second episode of this series so you can understand those concepts better. So, we are dealing on the first non-linear data structures, trees. So, you know how it goes. We are going to look at the definition, the visual depiction, and the types before we move into the implementation. So stay tuned and pay rapt attention. So trees, these are a kind of non-linear data structure, the most original non-linear data structure. We can call it the most common non-linear data structures. So trees is a kind of non-linear data structure where each of its nodes have a parent to sibling relationship between each other. So you can liken it to a family tree. The mother, father, children, then the children to each other, their siblings, something like that. That's how a tree operates. So we'll be looking at a visual depiction of a tree, and also we'll be looking at a real world similarity, something like that. So you know how it goes. So after that, we'll be looking at some common terminologies in tree data structures. So let's go. Okay, so here is a visual depiction of what a tree looks like. So this image actually is representing a particular type of tree, but you can also generalize it. So this particular tree is called the binary tree. As you can see, each of the parent nodes have only two children. So that's it about this particular tree. But this is just like a drawing, an illustration of what a tree looks like. Parents, siblings, like 1 and 2 are siblings, and they have the same parent, which is 0. 3 and 4 are siblings, and they have the same parents, which is 1. But this particular tree is a binary tree. We'll be looking at it in the next episode, binary tree. So next we'll be looking at a real world tree, like a real world depiction of a tree, so that you can see the relativity between the structures and reality. So here is a tree in the real world. As you can see, you can take the branches, the head of the branches as parents, that has these leaves as children, and this is the root of the tree. Just like the root of the tree in the data structure, the tree data structure, the root is what originates the tree, and you see that the root is the one at the bottom and the children are the ones at the top. So that's why it always say that trees are turned upside down. It starts from the roots. Yes, because the growth of this tree starts from the roots. So we'll be looking at the types of trees. So stay tuned and still pay rapt attention. So you have seen the visual depiction of a tree, and you have understood that it's similar to a real life family tree. So there are some common terminologies associated with trees. First, we have the parent nodes. So anywhere you hear parent nodes when you're dealing with trees, just talking about nodes that has children. Then we have children nodes. These are also nodes with the parents. Then we have sibling nodes. These are actually nodes that share the same parents, just like in a family where the children are siblings to each other. So we have leaf nodes, and leaf nodes are actually like barren nodes, or you can call them, they are just nodes without any children, and they are usually the last node in the tree. They are the bottom of the tree. That's what you can also call them, because the tree ends with them. So the next thing we have is the traversal. Anytime you hear traversal when you're dealing with tree, it's just an act of moving through a tree to carry out an operation. It could be a search, it could be an insertion, it could be a deletion. Something is just an operation, moving through a tree to carry out and operation. So we'll be looking at the types of trees. So still stay tuned and pay rapt attention. Anything you didn't get, just move back a little bit, rewind, and try to understand it. Okay, so here are the types of trees. We have the binary trees. So this particular tree is the most common of all of them, and is the most widely used. You use it in sorting algorithms, you use it in searching algorithms, and the rest of it. So binary trees are actually trees which each non-leaf node, that means nodes with children, has no more than two children, and the left the left child is always the smaller child and the right child is always the bigger child. Next up, we have the quad trees. As the name suggests, each non-leaf node has four children, so it's not like the binary trees. Next, we have the B trees. So unlike the binary trees, the B trees can handle large amounts of data. That means it's the range for its children is not limited to a particular rule. It can have as many children as possible, and also is self-balancing. That means it balances itself. All the leaf nodes remain on the same levels. So you may not have understood what I just said now, because we are going to get more in depth in the next episode. And also the B trees, the heap trees, and the AVL trees, we'll be looking at it in the advanced course. So in this particular series, we wouldn't be looking at them because they're a bit more complex for the introductory level. So anticipate the advanced course. I'll be posting the link to it. I'm still working on it, so still anticipate it. So next up, we have the heap trees. So it's like more like an array-based implementation of the binary trees. Next up, we have the AVL trees. I think it stands for the Anderson, Lee Landix Anderson Verlins, the builder. There were two guys that worked on it. I think one's name was Anderson Velsi or something like that, and the other guy's name was Landix. So that's how they came up with the AVL. So what it is a self-balancing binary tree. So each of the leaf nodes remain on the same level. So we'll be looking at in the next episode at the binary tree, so that we can understand this concept more. And in the next episode, we'll be talking about some new terminologies in the tree data structure. So see you soon. Okay, thank you for watching the previous video. I hope you learned something new. So in this series, the AC Decoding Interview Data Structure series, note that this is an introductory course to the concept of data structures. An advanced course will be coming soon, so I'll be dropping the links in the description, and also check the links in the description because they will link you to helpful resources that will help you find your grounds in this concept better. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.